Bestow beings mercy, peace. Now, for your understanding of what's occurring in your planet now, is this thing called the birth process. Newborn babies come to the mother. The adults, as they grow older, come from the mother. Pay attention. The tone is in the bones. Before you were a fetus, you were fluidic, whether the sperm of the father or the egg of the mother. You were fluidic. No bones. No bones. The union between the sperm and the egg created we're going to call it a sonic vibration within the consciousness of the female. Like a tone. The enter of the sperm and the egg created a tone. Zing. The instance of the mother knew it. The instinct and the inner essence of the mother knew it. So your tone is in your bones. And as you become more of human condition, out of the fetus, you get a skeletal structure being developed within the fetus. And the information you receive is basically the communications of your surroundings, your parents talking, the arguments, the love, and all of this sort of thing. It resonated in your bones. You pick it up, you know what it is, the memory there. And it builds the bones then, start to compass, calling cellular memory to overlay itself, so to speak. That's how you do it. But you're not aware of that process because it's so fast, you blink on and off, as I say. You want to slow the blinking so you understand the blinking. You want to slow it so you understand it. You slow the blinking. Back up in your spine, slow the blinking, calm the heart chakra down, calm the solar plexus down, calm yourself down, peace to all beings. Notice the space you're in. You are a spiritual fetus right now. And the tone you're picking up, or there's going to be developed for the new body you're getting, is the tones you're listening to. I suggest listening to music, spiritual music, or any music that's relaxing to you. My confirmation will come when you understand and get the aha. Because all bones, all skeletal structure communicates with itself instantly. Animals, plants, they have a skeletal structure called the trunk, trees, stems. It's instant communication there because of the vibration. It's instantaneous. So what you do when you're walking in your world, you slow it down. Because it's so fast you couldn't comprehend it. The tone is in your bones, and by what's happening now is people are reflecting on their lives, especially the ones in their 30s, 40s, 50s. What have they done? What are they going to do? What's happening? What's going on? That's why these thoughts of suicide and depression is coming. We told you years ago suicide is going to become very popular. Don't do it. You've got to understand yourself as here for a reason, and it's a spiritual reason. I don't care what religion you're in. It doesn't matter. It will matter to you when you find out what the answer is. But you've got to slow down and calm the solar plexus and the heart chakra right now. You've got 4 chambers in the heart chakra, in the physical heart, excuse me. More chambers in the heart chakra, but 4 in the physical heart. And each chamber stands for one of the letters of God. IHVH. What people commonly call Jehovah or Yahweh. Yep. Those 4 letters are in your physical heart, or the vibration of it's there. Now, whether you pay attention to it or not, that's not my problem. It's your problem. The difficulty in this lifetime is understanding the concept of God and the purpose for God being God and you are not it. Then you develop this understanding of thankfulness in your bones, and your bones can communicate to other people without saying anything. Too many words going on out there now. We told you a long time ago in the book, and the secret is between the words. At the beginning was the word, but the secret of the whole thing is between the words. Peace to all beings, because the minute you speak, you manufacture and manifest, whether you know it or not. And pretty soon you're going to be able to go to the woods, contemplate yourself, look at the trees, breathe the air, and you're going to begin to hear the trees applauding you, applauding, clapping, doing the bravos. And then you'll find out you're in the center of the stadium, like a big football stadium with the crowds, and they're all cheering you alone, the trees. That's where the healing comes from. That's where your acknowledgement comes from. That's where the acknowledgement of you comes from you. There's nobody else there. There's no one else there. And that's why it's important to know the Lord's Prayer. Pick a virgin, doesn't matter. It will matter. It does matter. But pick a virgin and understand the words and understand the space between the words, please. This is for your protection and your understanding of your own divinity. I'm not saying this to make myself feel good. I'm saying this because I have to. I've been in this business a long time. I was saved in Vietnam by Jehovah coming down through my medevac helicopter, stopping bullets, said no, and they all stopped. They stopped. I saw the eyes of the shooter looking at me, watching machine gun bullets coming toward me, in the dirt like you see in the movies. But it wasn't a movie. And that was in '69, so I know who this being is. I surrendered to God. On the machine gun bullets fire, yes. Yeah, put my hands up. They said, God, if you want me, I'm yours. I'm relaying this story because the presence exists. Like I said, it happened to me in 1969. We're up here 2019, a number of years ago. I'm still breathing and talking and still experiencing and seeing. And they got me doing this thing called channeling now, which you people don't really understand yet. But you're going to understand it pretty soon because you got a left side, a center side, and a right side. And you're in the middle, and the other ones that have to get these two consciousnesses together. One's very ancient conscious, another consciousness thinks it knows it all. The other one is getting the result of these arguments between the two. Left side, right side. Kundalini. You've got to calm your snakes. You've got to calm your snakes. That's why the symbol of Baphomet you see in your books has a snake tied under the solar plexus, like a belt. Keep it down there. They know who the snakes know who they are, each other. Once you calm them down, sort of like crossing your arms under your solar plexus. You get your kundalini there, and you experience. And then what'll happen is your psychic seal, what I call your psychic seal, we call your psychic seal, you call it your sixth seal, opens up. You give them permission from inside yourself. That's how it works. You give them permission to see, number one. And you don't really see, you're shown. If you can understand that part, you'll be understanding who you are, where you are, and what class you're in. Because this is just the beginning. Now, as we continue these discussions, you're going to start to understand that Arthur is Arthur, and the beings that he communicates with are different frequencies. They have more authority. Arthur's been given what is termed in the understanding the privilege of three. Privilege of three. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. When you have the privilege of three, you understand who's talking. And what's coming up now is your understanding of what is called the numerological significance of your birthday. There's a tone in the number. There's a tone in the bones. The bones recognize the number. You haven't recognized the tone of the number yet. Each number has a different tone. The bones react to those numbers, whether you know it or not. Even looking at a street address as you're driving down the road, you look at the numbers, it'll have effect on your solar plexus. I don't suggest practicing that. You might not like what you get. But your perceptions now are changing, moving up into the higher chakras. You're coming out of the root in the navel. You're coming up into the solar plexus. A little more dignity required. A little more respect for the space and the other beings you're working with required. A little more understanding required. A little more intelligence is required. A little more calmness is required. A little more presence of being present is required in the solar plexus. Appreciate the trees for being trees. Appreciate the ground for being ground. Appreciate that the rocks are still in one place. Now is the time to begin to appreciate things, and you'll find yourself becoming more healthy. You'll feel more in what you call pleasant unto yourself, more pleasing to the animals and with the animals, and more enjoyment in the space you're in, regardless of where you are. Because you'll have calmed the vibration that's in the solar plexus that has an energy vortex that goes right to the tip of the heart, physical heart. And the heart reacts to it. And the physical heart now is in a migration, we're going to call it, toward the center of your body. Eventually, the human condition will have the human heart in the center of the body instead of to the left side. You'll understand the significance of that shortly, too. You're beginning to find out the cause of all disease is lack of your spiritual consciousness. Edgar Casey said it. These are teachings that have been going on for years, entities. Cancer is a spiritual disease. Cancer is a spiritual disease, a denial of God. God exists within you. You deny God, you're done. That's where the teaching comes from. That was written by Edgar Casey in the 40s. The guy's a little behind time. You need to catch up on the significance of prayers. You were all born into or around some religion. And the significance of that's in your bones. You knew it before you even came here. This is part of your journey. Now you've got to understand it. Where's your flashlight in your journey? It's your solar plexus, heart chakra. And your psychic center, sixth seal. That's where it is. You entities now are in the process of understanding that because you're finding this thing called isolation. It's called isolation. The feeling of it you call depression. The feeling of the isolation you call depression. It's the isolation. But now you're going to have to understand you're surrounded by entities all the time. Visible, invisible. Some want to show themselves, some don't want to show themselves, but you're not ready to see them. You don't have the correct posture. And I don't mean, you have to understand the significance of a levitating Buddha. The significance of a levitating Buddha. Because that's what's going on inside you. And the seat of that levitation is right at the solar plexus. Your Buddha one is in there meditating you as you are hearing and listening to this. I just made a threesome out of that. So it's this unification of consciousness that creates peace. Peace to all beings, peace on earth. It's a pretty tremendous force. when you meet the entity called peace. Because his name is justice, actually. Makes peace. He's the creator of it. Is it? Knows it. Has no question about what it's supposed to be. Peace to all beings. And peace on earth. And that's what's going to involve, folks. Welcome to the business. Love you all. Have a great day. We are through.